If you watch the Democratic presidential debates, you might remember one particularly awkward moment when Andrew Yang was caught flat-footed by a question about his defining issue.
Your signature policy is to give every adult in the United States $1,000 a month, no questions asked.
That's right.
I think that's like $3.2 trillion a year. How would you do that?
Sorry?
But while Yang faltered a bit on the big stage, as Adam Reilly shows us, he's already sold one New Hampshire family on that big idea.
On a recent summer night, the scene inside the Fassey home in Goffstown, New Hampshire was idyllic. But a year ago, this family was struggling.
I actually was unemployed. I had lost my job working for a company for 14 years.
Which sent Chuck Fassey into a deep depression and left his wife, Jody, who pays the bills, scrambling to cover their daughter Janelle's tuition at St. Anselm.
It was a very stressful time for us.
Chuck eventually found a new job, albeit one with much lower pay. But then the Fasseys got an unexpected boost. Andrew Yang, the entrepreneur, philanthropist, and Democratic presidential candidate, chose them as a test case for his big idea, Universal Basic Income, or UBI.
I saw Andrew at a event in Keene when I was working at the New Hampshire Young Democrats last summer. Then he started saying he was accepting families to get his UBI, a family in New Hampshire specifically.
After that, Janelle Fassey traded emails with the campaign and the candidate, who says UBI would help cushion the blow as millions of Americans lose their jobs to automation. Eventually, Janelle arranged a dramatic reveal in which Yang told her parents they'd get $1,000 a month, no strings attached.
Thank you very much. It's very appreciated.
It was just a weight that he took off my shoulders of, okay, well, we can help you now. Now it's easier for us to make the college payment, or if our car breaks down, we have the money in the bank.
Now, every month, Jody takes a backdated check from Yang to the bank. If UBI ever becomes a reality, she says, the benefits would be profound.
For especially a family that makes under $100,000, I think it would be a game changer on their livelihood, on their success, their happiness.
At first, Chuck was more skeptical and somewhat guilty over his family's good fortune.
That's one of the things I struggled with, is like, are we really the most deserving of this? This could have went to a single mother who maybe is really struggling and has to work full time and can't afford daycare. But
now Fassey says he understands why, for Yang, choosing his family made sense.
If you're just trying to present it as this is something that is for everybody, it is not just for poor, it is not just for rich people, it's not just for middle class, it's everybody, no questions asked.
That's the idea, anyway. And now, thanks to Yang and the Fasseys, it's getting attention that it wasn't getting before. Adam Reilly, WGBH News.
Now, to be clear, the Fasseys are only a limited test case for UBI. They're getting $1,000 a month total. But if Yang's proposal became a reality, they'd get $3,000, one for every adult. Yang says the cost would be covered by new taxes and extra economic growth, and the people on existing welfare programs would have a choice between those benefits and UBI. One more thing, like the good New Hampshireites they are, the Fasseys have Yang on their short list of candidates, but haven't committed to backing him in the primary just yet.